think we got a tremendous amount of value out of this collaboration on many levels. Maybe the biggest one was that the words that we had on paper just became so much clearer, so much better organized, and so much more vivid through the collaboration. And I think from my own experience, I've worked with a number of different designers on different books, and it was the first time I came across designers who actually cared about the words, who actually read the words, who actually thought through deeply what they really meant, and came back to us and said, you know, did you really mean to, even found things that we had said that weren't consistent, but also helped us to create a system out of what we were doing. We are looking at data in different ways, but we were never as clear as to say we're looking at it in geographic ways and by gender and also by racial and ethnic ways. We knew that we were doing that, but we hadn't articulated clearly, and so they really helped us be clearer about what it was we were trying to present. And as a result, one of the comments that we get on the book as we present it is how clear it is and how well organized it is and how accessible the messages are. And I think it's really, you know, in large part due to the collaboration. When you get involved in a project and you feel quite overwhelmed by it, you focus in on today, and you don't see the wider potential and all the promise of it. And so, you know, when we would get together, and you would bring us much farther down the road than we were only able to sort of, you know, think to what was at the end of our toes, and that was incredible. It was incredible in terms of allowing us to see it in a larger context and to remember, you know, what we were trying to do was not just write a book, but you know, put something out there that would provoke discussion and provoke hopefully change, and so enabling us to see you know, the larger context of what we were doing and helping us concretely to plan it out. You know, you would have a picture of the book, but then you would also have all kinds of other things, postcards and posters and a Facebook and other things. And there were times when I think we felt overwhelmed by the thought of all the things we had to do. But it was excellent because it reminded us, you know, of the other things that we wanted to do, of the different ways that we needed to use this material to get to the goal that we wanted, and of the larger movement that we were contributing to. It's amazing. I mean, there have been more than 600 human development reports written, and not a single one of them has actually tried to do a visual drawing of what this very vague, very gigantic concept means. And so not only is it great for us to use it now in making our presentations, you know, this actual drawing, but many former colleagues from the United Nations are really excited about this drawing, you know, in their own work on human development. So it's really had a huge impact, and it seems so simple, you know, how can I actually draw this so that I can understand it? But it wasn't simple. It took a lot of conversation, a lot of back and forth, a lot of words to get to a simple picture. But I think for people who understand things visually more than they do in terms of words, it's essential, and you know, it's just so great now that we have it. In so many things, Humantific helped us to go farther than we would have. We were perhaps a little bit stuck in, you know, I've worked on probably 30 or so human development reports, and many of them follow sort of the same path. And when you know, wanted us to see it in a larger context, or wanted to draw things that have never been drawn or whatever, you know, our first feeling was, you know, how are we going to ever write this book if we keep getting, you know, off on these tangents? But none of them were tangents. And you helped us, I think, to organize ourselves better than we would have, and to think of things that we wouldn't have thought of. So that was really, you know, superb.